What's good, you guys? This is your boy Ben Mahari here, representing Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Hope everybody's been having a good week thus far. Hope you guys have been enjoying the NBA playoffs. I know I have. It's been very much entertaining in the first round, and the second round doesn't seem like it's going to disappoint us whatsoever. But I wanted to talk about this whole thing with Dillon Brooks and a lot of the backlash reporting and everything else in between, and why I think right now, to me, Dillon Brooks is becoming a scapegoat to the problem of the Memphis Grizzlies. And I'll explain that in a moment. But there was a lot of reporting that came out a couple of days ago that the Memphis Grizzlies are not going to bring back Dillon Brooks under any under various circumstances, and for whatever the reason is, we don't know. But it was reported by Shans Carnania of the Athletic that he used to they're pretty much wiping their hands of him. And his agent, Dillon Brooks' agent, fired back, basically saying that it's pretty much fake news, that there's no truth to the stories of Dillon Brooks being released by the Memphis Grizzlies, for whatever that may mean. But the thing that I will say that, a lot of the things about Dillon Brooks, even in my last video, I will tell you that a lot of the trash talking and everything else he's done, it was just ridiculous. Because, like I said before, you don't try to bark up the tree at an established superstar like LeBron James. And he paid the price for it and got embarrassed. And rightfully so. Absolutely got embarrassed. And when he got too much for him, he pretty much folded up and ran away from the smoke. That just is what it is. But just because that you're going to release a you know crazy man like Dillon Brooks off your team does not erase away a lot of the other problems that the Memphis Grizzlies have had. As talented as the Memphis Grizzlies are, they are incredibly an immature team. Completely. This is the type of team that overlooks a lot of their opposition, and they overlook a lot of different things that are right in front of them. And it starts at the top their coach, uh, Taylor Jenkins, okay, and it goes to their younger players like John Moran, uh, who else? Jaren Jackson Jr. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Bays, Ken Bays, I think something like that. I forgot his name real quick. Let me see it up real quick. One quick second here. Who is that baseball kid? Desmond Bain. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so here's the other problem that I'm seeing with this team. The team right now needs better leadership from their star players, but I think it's going to be incredibly hard for them because a lot of these guys are too immature and don't understand the concept of winning yet, as talented as they are. And even if you release a guy like a Dillon Brooks, it's still not going to cover up a lot of the other problems that the Memphis Grizzlies are having right now if they're going to take themselves to the next level in a very tough Western Conference. Now, look, do I think that Dillon Brooks is a trash talker? Absolutely. He's a trash talker and he tries to be confrontational, tries to get under your skin. But a lot of the players in the league look at him as a joke. But the reason why I say he's a scapegoat is simple as this. The reason why he's a scapegoat is because he's an easy target for the media to attack. And as I see from ESPN, Fox Sports, even from The Athletic, Sports Illustrated, any sports publication here, he is pretty much public enemy number one of the Brooklyn Nets. Now, I'm sorry, not the Brooklyn Nets. I should say the Memphis Grizzlies. But the thing is, it's still not going to cover up all the other problems that the Memphis Grizzlies are having, starting from their leadership, starting from the player, and then also ending with the players. Listen, if they're going to become a good team, they have to learn from a lot of their mistakes and a lot of their upcomings. All right. John Morant has to do a better job of holding himself accountable on and off the floor. And a lot of the younger guys have to realize that if they want to be the best team in the West, they have to basically go out and dominate. They can't overlook their opposition. They can't go around saying, outlandish statements before you go out there and actually try to prove it. It doesn't work that way. Right now, the Memphis Grizzlies, if they don't get their act together, I could see this team falling apart very, very quickly. And they don't have the veteran leadership to gather up the troops and try to set, keep everything together. So I think that at this point, you can give all the targets to Dillon Brooks if you want to. It's still not going to cover up all the other problems that the Memphis Grizzlies are going through right now. And and yes, there'll be other teams that'll probably give Dillon Brooks another chance, another opportunity to say, hey, let's bring him in, see what he can do. But at the end of the day, it's not going to mean anything. It's literally not going to mean anything. You know what I mean? So just think that Dillon Brooks, is an easy target to attack. But if you actually really look harder than just perceived listening to what the mainstream media says, it's actually much more different than you realize. So that's just my 2 cents of the whole situation of Dillon Brooks. I think that he deserved the criticism that he got, but I think that now they're trying to label him as a scapegoat and make him as a target. But I think a lot of the people that are listening to that are just falling in line. If you really look hard at what's going on with the Memphis Grizzlies, there's a huge void of leadership and there's a huge void of maturity around that team. And until they can get their act together and start, making necessary, changes to try to get the troops together, they're not going to be a successful team. And this is going to be the same problems all over again. And I really hope that's not the case because the Memphis Grizzlies as a team can be a championship contender if they can get their act together and start playing like champions. But we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you believe that Dillon Brooks, is he justified of are they justified of letting him walk? And is he really the main reason for their problems? Or do you think he's a scapegoat created by the mass media? Or is it both ways? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And with that, I'm out. Peace.